Good evening and welcome to the Job Search Solution radio program where we talk about looking for a job, changing jobs, changing careers, hiring. And as always, we begin with a prayer. Dear God, grant us thy peace and thy mercy, thy will be done. And in this session, I wanted to talk about something that came up a week ago last Saturday, and it was from the Neil Cavuto show on Fox News. And he was talking about how in all of the studies that he's done and the people that he's talked to, he can't figure out why the unemployment and employment marketplace is so crazy, and that it just didn't seem right to him and he couldn't make sense of it. That's because he's not in the trenches, and I am. And so I want to send this out to Mr. Cavuto or anybody else that would like to know why we're in the kind of wreck and mess we're in. First of all, the fear of COVID. Instead of people returning to work, they're staying home a lot of the times with their kids. They're unsure of what's going to happen to the economy and the inconsistent policies of vaccinations on the part of companies, companies laying off because of COVID. They're still needing to get more work out of the people that they keep. And people are using the lockdowns of last year and adjusting their lives to not working. The fear of finding a job and then being laid off again because of COVID is very, very much with us. The percentage of work from home opportunities has increased only 15% of the jobs that are available. And many people read about these kind of jobs and they tell us in the recruiting business that they want to work from home. And there are not as many work from home jobs as everybody would think there are. So there are a whole lot more people wanting to work from home, waiting for a work from home type of position than there are jobs that are available. The fear of layoffs coming back puts doubt, uncertainty, and fear in the minds of job seekers. And when people are full of doubt, uncertainty, and fear, they don't do anything. Many companies' policies are changing rapidly, and potential employers or potential employees are fearful of that. I mean, look what happened the other day with the Supreme Court, where they decided that companies with 100 people or more, or any company for that matter, couldn't dictate vaccination issues. Now, keep in mind that the average company in the United States is only 6.8 years old. Companies expand and contract more than they ever have. When I got in this business, and I've said it before, in 1973, the average company in the United States was 59 years old. Now, when companies expand and contract so rapidly, it only makes potential employees fearful. Their attitude is that my company doesn't care about me. Why should I care about them? The attitude of I'm out for me. And since my company has no loyalty towards me, I have no loyalty towards them. So I'll go to work for the highest bidder and I'll change jobs in just a minute. The government has been paying people not to work, not only the federal government, but some state governments. And those people have gotten used to that. And their attitude is, well, I'll get a job when I have to, but until then, I'll adjust my lifestyle to what the government gives me. The employment turnover rate in the United States is 57%. Employers don't care about longevity in their job, as employees don't care about longevity in their job as they're used to. So candidates who have had 3 jobs in the last 3 years are likely to stay on the next job for 3 years. This is caused by the instability of businesses as well as instability of the individuals. In the last 2 years, 3.5 million people have retired out of the workforce. Up until then, about 1 million people a year would retire. Now it's, well, 1/2 of 3.5 million every year. So that's a lot more people than used to be. Childcare is a mess. Childcare issues over and above COVID are are making people think twice about going back to work. Sometimes the cost of childcare is more than the money they make in their job. Many people are just going to sit it out until they see what's going to happen to the country's COVID policy, as well as business policies. Doubt, uncertainty, and fear of what a company might be going through is eminent in people getting a new job. And if they go back to work, they're still fearful of all of these things. For instance, the whole conundrum of the vaccine mandate. Is my company going to make me get a shot? Should I take a shot? Do they have to, can they do that? A lot of the organizations we work with are telling us that people have to get shots before they go to work there, regardless of what the government says. So there are lots of these issues. There are others that go along with all of these. But that's why the market's like it is, Mr. Cavuto. And I tried to write and tell you that that's what's going on. It is very confusing, and it's very much of a challenge. And we don't know what the answers are going to be. All right, we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. This is Tony Bashara with the Job Search Solution.